Good afternoon, everyone, or actually, it's good morning, or for that matter, it could be good night, depending on when and where you watch this video. But I did want to put out a brief update here on the current conditions and all that kind of stuff going on, especially for those of you that are out and about. Let me go ahead and get into it real quick here. Today's severe weather threat. We do have a slight risk for severe weather in our area. And that includes the entire central Kentucky, Red River Gorge, all the way down almost to southeastern Kentucky, right into the mountains. We are in a slight risk for severe weather. Not a big deal at all. The primary threat is going to be winds, but I'll outline each one of these here in this Storm Prediction Center update. You'll notice on the first one here, this outlines the marginal and slight risk. Slight risk is level 2 out of 5. So it's not a huge threat. The biggest threat is going to be up in the northeastern part of the United States. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, check out Reed Trimmer. He is really good. I think he's getting ready to go live and do an update on the northeastern part of the U.S. that's facing a fairly significant tornado threat. Okay, for us here, the tornado threat. Um, I mean, it's never zero, especially when storms are coming in, but it's less than 2%. And that's why you see the state colored in white around with everything else. I mean, as you guys know, even when nothing is out there, you could have strong enough winds to cause some damage for some reason. I mean, we've seen that over the last several years. But tornado threat pretty much nil for us. I mean, nothing to worry about as far as that goes. The next panel here is the hail. Yeah, these storms that go up this afternoon, somewhere between 2 and 5 p.m. or so, they could have a little bit of hail with them. The Storm Prediction Center is saying probably max size would be half an inch. It's not going to cause a lot of issues, but you never know. If one of these storms, and I'll show you this, the HER model here in a minute, their simulated radar, and if we really looked at it and saw one of those going up pretty big and out by itself and rotating, yeah, we could see some bigger hail. But the chances of that's pretty slim. We just don't have the dynamics in the atmosphere. So our percentage on the hail here is around 5% chance to see hail. What I said a minute ago was the primary threat was the damaging winds. Yeah, we could see some strong wind gusts. And just a few minutes ago here, I saw some really stout winds as this first little wave of moisture is getting ready to work in. So we've got some gusty winds today. Expect that. If you're out on the trails and that kind of stuff, or you're planning on getting out on the trails this afternoon, just be safe, be cautious, watch for wind gusts to blow up, and keep an eye on the weather. If it looks like it's going to rain, looks like it's going to storm, go for cover. That's the wise decision there. Okay, so a quick look at the 3-day quick cast. Not everybody's going to see rain. I mean, that's just it. Not everybody is going to see rain today, but hopefully a lot of people will, because we truly need some rain. um, Clouds going to hang tough throughout the day. I think the high today is going to be 89, give or take a little bit. We're currently here in southern Moco right around 83 degrees. So actually, we've dropped about 2 degrees in the last 5 minutes. We're down to 81 now. So, we'll stay in those 80s for quite a while, especially once the clouds or while the clouds are thick and um, dense with some rain in the upper atmosphere. That'll help push down a little bit of cool air. Low tonight in the 70s. Monday, some morning clouds, then sunny. Feels nice tomorrow. It's going to be a dry day. It's going to be a comfortable day. Really nice. Highs 85 to 88 degrees. And I wouldn't be surprised out in the gorge and out in the country areas to really see that 85 degrees if you're lucky there, because you've got a lot of trees, you've got a lot of shade and all that kind of stuff. You're not going to see as warm as in towns. Towns will be in the 80, upper 80s. That's a given. Lows Monday night 60, 62. Could we sneak in a 50-degree reading? That is a possibility. 57, 58, 59 degrees. I mean, there's a chance. A couple of the models are saying we could see the upper 50s tomorrow night. That's a possibility. And then on Tuesday, oh boy, it's back again. Hazy, hot, and humid. High in the 90s. I think probably close to the middle, maybe even heading toward the upper 90s on Tuesday. I mean, some of the models are saying 95 to 98 degrees for us here. That's a little bit up there. That'll be the hottest day yet. But lows back Tuesday night into the 70s. This is a surge of really hot air coming up from the Texas area, and it's going to provide us with quite a bit of heat. And we will see that for Tuesday. And then I think later on in the week, we're going to see maybe Wednesday into Thursday a next good shot of rain. We'll see as it gets a little bit closer. Now, let me pop over to the radar really quick here, and I will show you that because I mentioned it a moment ago. Currently, you can see this little broken line of rain. It's barely even. You might get a sprinkle, and you can see just a tiny hint of it here. Whoa, in the Stanton, Clay City, Frenchburg, Campton area, you can see just these little speckles on the radar. That's telling us that yes, there's just a little bit of moisture in the upper atmosphere. It's not quite reaching the ground. Here in southern Montgomery County, we got a little more dense rain, and you can see it just updated there. So, looking out my window, I don't really see anything falling right now, but, it could be there. You might run into a stray shower. Now, this is not the main action. Definitely not. This is just the beginning for us. So let me go back to my map here. Models. Here we go. This is the model called the NAM. And you can see, let me get it to the current time. You can see that right about now, this is the current time on here, that it's showing just a broken line of some light showers. Yeah, that's it. Just a broken line of showers. Not a big deal. And as I progress through the rest of the day, you're actually going to see some more start to pop up. Western Kentucky, yeah, that's a possibility. Maybe even get a strong one out there too. But notice how as I progress through time, you see these little tiny bubbles pop up in the atmosphere. Any of those bubbles could at any point be strong and gusty. You could have some strong winds, maybe even some damaging winds out of it, and maybe even some small hail. That's a possibility. So as I progress on through time, you'll notice that the bubbly nature of it continues throughout the evening. This is around 7 p.m. tonight. You can still see some bubbly spots of showers throughout the area. There's a little strong one up around Moorhead. So, you never can tell. Now, this doesn't actually tell me whether these are going to be severe or not. It just tells me that, yes, we could see these lines of showers and storms, these little bubbly natured storms popping up in the afternoon into the evening. And then that kind of works its way on out by around 9 or 10 o'clock. So let me pull up another model real quick here for you. I'll go to the other one you hear them talk a lot about, the HRRR. HRRR. And right here's the current time. You can see a little broken line of showers. And let's see what this one says for the afternoon. Yep, you can see there's those little popcorn type thunderstorms coming up all around the area. So virtually showing the same thing. And this one's actually trying to make a little bit of a line toward the 8 o'clock hour this afternoon. I think that's a little late. I think most of it will be through by then. But there you go. That's it. So you just got to keep an eye out on the weather. Watch out for watch the clouds if you're out in the gorge or whatever. Watch for the clouds. Look, if it looks like it's going to rain, it probably is. Okay, let me run back over here to my slide deck real quick. I've got a couple of other things to share with you, and then I will let you guys go. I appreciate you watching. Okay, I've had several people asking me about the climate and these 90-degree temperatures and all that kind of stuff. Folks, to be honest, for the last decade plus, we have been below normal in temperature. We've been above normal in rainfall. We have just had a different climate. Technically, that goes into the averages, but it's not normal what we've had over the last 12 to 14 years. Our summers have been much cooler and wetter than normal for the last 12 to 14 years. Typically, in Kentucky, if we take the average from 1950 to today, Kentucky typically sees somewhere between 25 and 40 90-degree days. 25 of the 25 is farther east, and then the 40 is farther west. Louisville averages roughly about 37 90-degree days per year. It's a city. It makes sense. Lexington sees roughly about 25. I could not find these numbers. You see my little asterisk there. I couldn't find these actual numbers. I had to kind of guesstimate on these just based on what meteorologists in the area have said. And the Red River Gorge area, somewhere around 20. Like I said, these numbers could be off a little bit. No one compiles this particular set of data. So far for this month, I think the Red River Gorge area has seen 7 90-degree days, while Lexington has seen around 10. Now, again, I could be wrong on that. Just take that with a grain of salt. But that's just me kind of looking back on the calendar and counting it up. Okay? So, in a typical year, Kentucky will see in May 0 90-degree days. That's typical. This year, we've already seen 1. And in a typical June, we see 9. This year, I think Lexington's seen 10. July, we should see about 14. August, we should see about 13. We'll find out as that goes on. Looking ahead, farther on down the road, I think July will throw at us some really strong high temperatures. I think we will see a bunch of those 90s showing up, maybe even surpass the 14. I hope not. I'm not a 90-degree fan. I'm a 70-degree fan. But we'll see. I think July will be pretty warm for the year. Honestly, if I go back and look and show you the national stuff, every single month this year has been the warmest month ever recorded in history for the United States. January, February, March, April, May, and we're definitely approaching June to be one of the warmest. So definitely seeing a climate shift from what we've had over the last 12 to 15 years. Okay, well, that's all I've got for now, folks. I so appreciate you watching. If you don't mind, slap that like button. Make sure that you do that. That helps out my channel. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I appreciate you so much. I've grown so much already so quickly with so many followers. Just give it a like. If you have any questions, let me know. I will try to answer them. I am learning this as we go. So just, y'all take care out there. Have a safe and wonderful day. Remember, folks, Jesus loves you, and so do I. Thank you so much.